Namaste and hi friends, it's Parvati here with Visionary Veda. Today is December the 8th and this is part 2 in my video series speaking about the planetary transits for the month of December 2019. So getting right at it, right off the bat we have this beautiful full moon coming up in the sidereal sign of Taurus. Please keep in mind that I practice Vedic astrology and that we use the sidereal horoscope instead of the tropical one. So the sidereal sign of Taurus is where this full moon is taking place, opposite the sun with Mercury in the sidereal sign of Scorpio. Now, we've had a lot of major planets transit through Scorpio, which is usually the sign best known for its deep transformative abilities, the ability to dive deep and bring up things that may have been laying dormant in the subconscious mind or the psyche. With all these planets over the last several years actually transiting through this sign, a lot of life has shown us, hopefully, deep insights about ourselves. So now with this full moon, because it's opposite the sun, as full moons are, we have the opportunity to have an illuminated mind, to be able to see clearly and actually make plans, Mercury, right? To be able to, when this eclipse comes, utilize what we have learned and incorporate it into our new way of being. The moon is going to be at its fullest in the Nakshatra of Mrigashira. Now, the symbolism for the Nakshatra of Mrigashira is the deer. So the deer symbolizes what? The deer symbolizes gentleness. The deer is also the symbol for the Anahata chakra, which is the heart chakra. So the deer symbolizes love, the heart, sweetness, softness, non-violence, peacefulness, curiosity. So it's a very supportive energy, this full moon, in being able to really have an illuminated, clear view of what has come up to the surface, not only over since the past few months, but the past few years, and prepare ourselves with this upcoming major solar eclipse to be able to really ground into this new awareness, right? This new, more illuminated space. Simultaneously, as this full moon is happening, we have a very interesting conjunction in the sky in the sidereal sign of Sagittarius, and that is Venus is conjuncting Saturn. So if we look at the primordial energies of both Saturn and of Venus, we see that they're quite opposite. However, they get along quite well. Venus signifies relationships, the opposite sex, love, romance, beauty, value, money, luxuries, abundance, and Saturn signifies lack of resources, hard work, very plain items, not flashy, not luxurious, hardworking, limitations, lessons, karma. It's a very slow-moving planet. So in our lives, we might find that our relationships are taking on a more sober kind of tone. If we're meeting people at this time for possible romantic connections, we might find that we're approaching things more practically, with a more level-headed mind, instead of allowing Venus to, distract us with all her bling, right? On a mundane level, we can see this as a change in how we value our money, how we value our resources, our own philosophical values, our own moral values. What do we value? We could be looking at this. We could be restructuring this. It's just important to know that usually where Saturn's involved, whatever happens and whatever choices we make during this time will have far-reaching effects, because whatever Saturn touches lasts, right? It's very slow and very long. So the restructuring of our values. What is it that we find that we, what is it that we value? Do we value things? Do we value our relationships that we're in? What needs restructuring? At the same time, Pluto is also conjunct the Saturn and Venus, just to make things more interesting. Now, usually in Vedic astrology, we don't take into consideration the outer planets, which is Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. The reason being is because A, they're not visible to the naked eye, right? The last visible planet is Saturn. And B, because they're so slow moving in their orbits that it's more of a generational effect. So now I feel it's important to bring it up for this because Pluto's been in Sagittarius for a very, very long time. I don't know how many years, like more than 7 years, maybe like even 12 or 15 years. Saturn's been in Sagittarius for almost 2.5 years, and now Venus is conjoining. So whatever changes are in place will, be very transformational with the energy of Pluto. And it will affect whatever choices that we make regarding our values will affect us as a whole for generations, possibly. So choose wisely, think logically, think practically. Don't let the significance of riches and abundance and materialism and relationships get carried away. And most likely it won't get carried away because Saturn has a very sobering effect with whatever planet it conjuncts. So it usually keeps Venus in check. That's not to say not to take a chance with it. Just understand that the results will be far-reaching. So that's going to do it for me on this full moon report. I will make a third video in the series regarding the Gandanta point in Sagittarius, where we're going to experience this upcoming eclipse. If you have any questions or would like to book a reading, please feel free to contact me on my email below. Thank you very much for listening to what I have to share. I hope it was of help and benefit to you. So that's going to do it for me today. Enjoy the life. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.